Hey horror fans, welcome back to Craig's Horror Channel. If you love exploring the darkest corners of the internet, those creepy places you're not supposed to look at, then make sure you do smash that subscribe button and become part of our growing horror community. Today's video is a special one. We're not just talking about urban legends or creepypastas, we're going deep into the dark web, a place infamous for illegal markets, strange experiments, and yes, videos that most people were never meant to see. I'm counting down 10 of the most disturbing dark web videos ever to surface online. Some are very unsettling, some are possibly hoaxes, while others remain shrouded in mystery. But I will warn you right now, just hearing about them can be deeply disturbing, so if you do make it all the way through this list today, then hit that like button and comment below which one freaked you out the most. We're starting off with one that's more infamous than it is understood: the grifter. This video allegedly surfaced on 4chan years ago, and even seasoned internet veterans admitted that it left them shaken. The footage is a mishmash of distorted human faces, cryptic text, and glitchy industrial sounds that almost feel like they're drilling into your head. What makes it unsettling is the reaction people have reported after watching it. Many have said that they felt sick to their stomach, uneasy, or like they were just being watched. Others claimed that the video was cursed, that watching it invited some kind of, psychological disturbance. What's the truth? Well, nobody really knows where it came from. I mean, some say it was an experimental art piece, others believe that it was deliberately designed to test subliminal messages. Whether real or stage, it's proof that horror doesn't need jump scares. Sometimes the mere suggestion that something is wrong is enough to stick with you. Blank room soup. This one is the stuff of pure nightmare fuel. The video shows a man sitting in a plain white room eating soup, and he's not enjoying it. He's crying, sobbing between spoonfuls as though he is being forced. And then it gets even creepier. Two figures in giant mascot costumes, like something out of a twisted kids film, enter the room. They stand silently beside this man, watching him. No words, no explanation, just their big cartoon heads staring as he eats. Why is this film disturbing? Well, on the surface, it's almost mundane. A man, some soup, two costumes, but the emotion in the video, the man's obvious distress combined with the surreal presence of the mascots, make it feel like you're watching something that you really shouldn't be watching. Theories range from performance art to fetish video to actual footage of a hostage situation. Some claim that the man in the video was forced to eat this as punishment. Some people claim that the man is being force-fed his wife, who has been turned into human soup. But the fact is, no one has ever given a clear explanation on this one. Imagine sitting at home watching TV in the 1980s and suddenly your broadcast is hijacked. That's what happened, or at least that's the story behind the, Wyman incident. The footage shows a hijacked TV broadcast filled with distorted human faces and cryptic text flashing across the screen. Messages like, "You will see such pretty things," or "We are not happy." Viewers who have claimed to have seen the original hijack said that they experienced headaches, dizziness, and even paranoia afterwards. Some argue that it's just a well-made internet hoax. Others believe it could have been a real experiment, testing subliminal programming on unsuspecting viewers. Real or not, the idea of this incident is terrifying. It combines retro technology with psychological horror, and that mix always feels like it's reaching out of the screen to grab you. Now, let's talk about one of YouTube's most infamous legends, username 666. This creepypasta style video follows a user who tries to delete a cursed YouTube account called 666. Every time they refresh the page, the site glitches out, showing warped, hellish imagery, blood red colours, distorted faces, and disturbing flashes. Why is this disturbing? Well, tech horror feels so personal because it uses platforms that we interact with daily. Watching username 666, you can't help but imagine what if this happened to your account? Now, the visuals in this video escalate until the user's entire browser feels possessed. At the height of the video, it's almost as though the computer itself is alive. Of course, most agree that this is the work of fiction, but like the best creepypastas, it feels real enough to make you double check your tabs afterwards. At number 6, we've got one of the most infamous unsettling clips on the internet, and it's called Obey the Walrus. It begins with bizarre music and a strange dancing figure. The footage itself is actually of performer Johnny Barmer, who had a disability caused by polio, but the way the video is edited with distorted sound, jarring cuts, and the strange command to obey the walrus completely transforms it into something that's just nightmarish. Why is it disturbing? Well, it plays with the uncanny. I mean, something that should just be a performance is warped into a disturbing, almost cult-like piece of footage. And here's the thing, guys, even when you know the real background of this story, the creepy editing just lingers. You can't unhear that music or unsee that dancing. This is the perfect example of how context changes everything. Innocent footage can be twisted into something that haunts people for decades. There is nothing. This isn't a single video, it's actually an entire series called, There Is Nothing, and it may be one of the most disturbing collections of footage ever tied to the dark web. The videos feature abstract imagery, warped faces, strange chanting, distorted speech, but what makes them disturbing isn't just the visuals, it's the sound design. Low frequencies, reversed audio, and static bursts that deliberately engineered to make you feel anxious and even physically ill. Some believe these videos were part of a psychological experiment, testing how far, subliminal messages could push a viewer's mind. Others think it's just an elaborate art project. Either way, it's quite disturbing to watch. At number 4, we've got one of the most famous creepypasta-style videos, The Expressionless. The story goes that in the early 1970s, hospital staff encountered a woman in a hospital gown. Her face looked like a mannequin, smooth, blank, expressionless. She moved strangely and refused to speak. According to the legend, she later attacked staff before disappearing entirely. Now, whether this video is actual security footage from this incident or if it's just staged creepypasta, it remains up for debate, but the image of that blank, doll-like face has haunted the internet forums for years. Why is this one so disturbing? Well, humans are wired to recognize faces, so when we see one that's wrong, our brain immediately panics. Now, I might be cheating with this next one, but I believe it deserved its own thing because we return to There Is Nothing series, but this, as I said, this entry just deserves its own spot because this video shows a person sitting at a dining room table, repeatedly standing up, sitting down, and saying the same unsettling phrase over and over again. Now, the loop continues endlessly, and the longer you watch it, the more oppressive it feels. There's no context, no explanation, just repetition until it grinds into your nerves. Be honest with me, guys, would you be able to sit through the whole thing knowing that it truly never ends, or would you bail halfway through? Let me know. The Plague Doctor video. This one feels straight out of a horror movie. A figure wearing a full Plague Doctor mask and cloak sits in front of the camera. They perform strange, ritualistic gestures. They hold up cards with cryptic symbols and point directly at the viewer. Some people claim that this video is an elaborate art project. God, they say that about half of them, don't they? But others insist that it contains coded messages, possibly linked to criminal activity on the dark web. Why is this one disturbing? Well, I absolutely hate this one. The Plague Doctor mask already has centuries of association with death and disease. Now, combine that with mysterious modern symbolism, it becomes a perfect storm of dread, and yeah, this is one of those ones that would give me nightmares. Finally, top on our list at number 1 is the infamous Sad Satan. This wasn't just a video, it was a game supposedly discovered on the dark web. You play as a child wandering down endless hallways filled with distorted looping audio. Hidden with the game are disturbing images, and there are cryptic messages throughout. What makes it terrifying is that no full version of this game has ever surfaced publicly. Everything we know comes from shaky gameplay footage and forum posts. Some people who have claimed to have played this game have reported feelings of dread, paranoia, and even hearing strange noises in their homes afterwards, and that alone would just make me, I'm good. I do not want to play this game. Was this actually though a real game, or was it just a cursed project, or is it just a big massive hoax? Nobody knows for sure, and that just makes it even creepier in my eyes. Sad Satan is the perfect number one because it blurs the line between digital horror and real life. Whether if it's real or fake, it does leave you wondering what else is hiding in the dark corners of the internet. And there you have it, 10 of the most disturbing videos ever tied to the dark web. Now, I don't recommend that you guys go onto Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever the frick is called, and go to look for these yourself. Trust me, some of them are far more disturbing in practice than, little clips that I've put in this video today and descriptions. They can stick in your head long after you close your laptop, so yeah, just don't go looking for them, guys. Which one freaked you out the most, or did I miss something even darker? Let me know in the comments box below, but keep it respectful because some of this stuff is seriously heavy. If you survived today's list, then you'll want to check out my recent video, Top 10 Most Disturbing Horror Movie Scenes That Were Banned, which you can find linked on the screen at the end of this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the creepiest content on YouTube. Stay safe, stay curious, and as always, I'll see you in the next nightmare.